Duggar fans, this is the update you've been waiting for. Jana Duggar, the oldest daughter in the Duggar family, is finally pregnant. After years of speculation, endless rumors, and fans wondering if this day would ever come, the news is here. But what really has people talking is the reaction from one person in particular, her younger sister, Jinger Duggar. Known for her honesty, humor, and emotional openness, Jinger's response to Jana's pregnancy announcement has fans buzzing online. Today, we're diving deep into what this reaction means, the bond between the sisters, and why this moment is so special for both Jana and the Duggar family as a whole. Jana's long journey as the Cinderella Duggar, the daughter who stayed home the longest. Her recent marriage to Wissmann that surprised many fans. The joyful and emotional pregnancy announcement that has everyone celebrating. And of course, Jinger's heartfelt and priceless reaction that has captured the spotlight. When we talk about Jana Duggar, the oldest daughter in the massive Duggar family, her story has always stood out as unique. Unlike many of her siblings who married young and started families in their early 20s, Jana's path was very different. As the first daughter born into the Duggar household, Jana carried a huge amount of responsibility from a young age. While her parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, were busy managing their growing family, Jana stepped into the role of a second mother. She helped raise her younger siblings, managed household tasks, and became a dependable source of support that her parents and brothers and sisters relied on. Many fans even nicknamed her the Cinderella Duggar because of how much work she quietly carried behind the scenes. But what really made Jana a fan favorite was her personality. She wasn't loud, dramatic, or attention-seeking. Instead, she was private, grounded, and independent in a way that felt refreshing compared to the spotlight-driven nature of her family. Fans admired her for marching to the beat of her own drum, choosing not to rush into marriage just because that was the expected path for a Duggar woman. Of course, Jana's independence also led to years of speculation. Tabloids and fans alike constantly asked, why is Jana still single? Was she being too picky, or was there something else holding her back? While her siblings announced courtships, engagements, and pregnancies one after another, Jana seemed content with her quiet life at home, close to her family, and pursuing her own passions like gardening, interior design, and ministry work. Then came the surprise that changed everything, Jana's marriage to Wissmann. For those who don't know, Stephen comes from a large, faith-driven family as well, with roots in music, business, and strong Christian values. He's also a pilot, a career that added another layer of intrigue. His upbringing and worldview mirrored much of Jana's, making their union feel natural and fitting. Fans who followed both families weren't entirely shocked, since the Duggars and Wissmanns had crossed paths many times over the years, but the actual marriage still felt like a long-awaited turning point. This union not only marked the end of years of speculation but also set the stage for the emotional weight of the next chapter in Jana's life. After decades of watching her pour her energy into others, her parents, her siblings, her home, fans were eager to see what this new season would bring for her. And that's exactly why the news of her pregnancy carries so much impact. It isn't just about Jana becoming a mom. It's about the fulfillment of a journey that's been unfolding in front of fans for over a decade. Jana Duggar's pregnancy news didn't come with the usual Duggar fanfare. Unlike her younger siblings, who often shared their milestones with glossy photo shoots, magazine exclusives, or TLC cameras, Jana's reveal was far more subdued. The announcement was made in a quiet, almost private way, a simple statement, shared among family first before word trickled out to the public. For longtime followers, that felt fitting. Jana has always been the sibling who valued privacy over spectacle, and her announcement reflected that same quiet grace. Family reactions. Within the Duggar household, the reactions were powerful. Michelle and Jim Bob, after welcoming grandchild after grandchild, were still overjoyed, but this one felt different. For decades, they'd watched Jana as the daughter who sacrificed so much of her youth to care for her siblings, the one who poured her time into homemaking, gardening, and family support. Seeing her step into motherhood was a deeply emotional moment. Her siblings were equally touched. Many of them expressed excitement, noting that if Jana had been such a nurturing influence as a sister, she would be an incredible mother. Fan reactions, a milestone moment. For fans, Jana's pregnancy wasn't just another Duggar baby announcement. It was a milestone. Viewers who had followed the family since the early days of 19 Kids and counting felt like they had grown up with Jana. She was the steady, reliable one, often seen in the background, never rushing into relationships and seemingly content in her role at home. After years of speculation about whether she would ever marry or have children, her pregnancy announcement carried a special weight. Fans saw it not only as a joyful personal milestone for Jana, but also as a symbolic closing of a chapter in the Duggar family story. Uniqueness of the moment. What made Jana's announcement stand out was how different it was compared to her siblings. While many Duggar daughters had pregnancies quickly after marriage, often making headlines for the sheer pace of new babies, Jana's path looked different. She married later in life, took her time, and chose a quieter way to share her news. This contrast highlighted Jana's individuality in a family known for its patterns and traditions, changing Jana's role in the Duggar narrative. This pregnancy announcement also shifts Jana's place in the broader Duggar narrative. For years, she was portrayed as the Cinderella Duggar, the one left behind while her siblings built families of their own. Now, she has entered the chapter that fans had long wondered if she would ever reach. In many ways, her story has come full circle, from caregiver to mother. And while her journey looked different from her siblings, it's that very difference that makes her story resonate so deeply with fans who value independence, patience, and forging your own path. Now, let's talk about one of the most heartwarming and talked about moments following Jana's pregnancy announcement, her sister Jinger's reaction. If you've followed the Duggars for any length of time, you know Jinger has always stood out among the siblings. She's more outspoken, reflective, and unafraid to share her authentic thoughts, even if they don't always line up with her family's traditions. That personality trait made her response to Jana's big news feel extra special. So, what exactly did Jinger say? Her reaction managed to strike the perfect balance of humor, emotion, and heartfelt support. Fans noticed how she immediately lit up, joking in her signature playful way, but then quickly shifting to express genuine excitement and love for her older sister. It wasn't just a polite congratulations. It felt deeply personal, almost as if she'd been waiting for this moment just as much as the fans had. And that's why her words resonated so strongly with people online. Jinger, after all, has had her own unique journey of moving away from some of the Duggar family's more rigid traditions, carving out a life in Los Angeles with Jeremy, and embracing her own independence. So when she celebrates Jana, she's speaking not just as a sister, but as someone who understands what it means to step into a new chapter on your own terms. Fans felt that sincerity, and it made the moment all the more powerful. Of course, Jana and Jinger's bond goes back years. Even during the family's reality show days, viewers often pointed out how close the two were, whether it was through little inside jokes, shared responsibilities, or moments when Jinger was the one who seemed to get Jana the most. Seeing Jinger's unfiltered joy now feels like an extension of that lifelong connection. It shows just how much these sisters lean on each other, even as their lives have taken them in very different directions. Social media exploded after Jinger's response, with fans calling it real, sweet, and even the highlight of the entire announcement. Many pointed out how refreshing it was to see a Duggar family reaction that wasn't overly scripted or rehearsed. Instead, Jinger gave the world a glimpse of pure sisterly love. And in the bigger picture, her reaction also says something about how the Duggar family is changing. While some members are still very rooted in tradition, others like Jinger are finding new ways to express themselves, and that authenticity is exactly what fans are craving. Her support for Jana shows that even though their journeys are different, family bonds remain strong. From years of curiosity and speculation about Jana's future to this joyful pregnancy announcement, and Jinger's priceless reaction, it truly feels like we've witnessed a full-circle moment in Duggar history. Jana has stepped into a brand new season of life, one filled with excitement and change, And Jinger's response reminds us of the deep bond these sisters share and the unwavering love surrounding this milestone. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time. Jinger Duggar has priceless reaction to sister Jana Duggar's pregnancy news.